Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Judgement. Today I just want to talk about how to overcome judgment, how to overcome being judged by other people based on what you're doing, based on what you're not doing, based on their own views, right? We tend to be afraid of what other people think of us. And we hold on to that so much that it derails us from actually taking action, from actually doing the things that we know we're supposed to do in order to work towards our goals. So I just wanted to share what I think could be the strategies that we can use to overcome the fear of being judged. Firstly, let me say thank you so much to the people who watch my videos. On Sunday, which is yesterday, yes, my channel got 8,000 views, which is exciting for me. And I'm so excited that people actually do sit and actually watch the content that I share to a certain extent. I really appreciate you. I appreciate also the people who recently subscribed to my channel, because my channel is on 91 subscribers right now. It's 9 subscribers away from 100 subs, right? I'm so excited. So thank you so much for continuing to watch my content. And if you have not subscribed at this point, please click that subscribe button so that you can continue to see this content going forward, and that will tell me that you're actually receiving value from the videos that I share. So back to my topic, how to overcome fear of judgment. The first thing that I thought of was to know your inner critic. And the reason why I say that is because we pass the biggest judgment on ourselves, right? We judge ourselves because perhaps we feel inadequate, perhaps we have imposter syndrome, we're struggling for that, we feel like we are not able to, won't be able to achieve the things that we want, we criticize ourselves so much. And so when we do that, it is easy for when people make a comment or when people say something to you regarding that particular thing that you're already critical about in yourself, you immediately become offended. And even if it's just a simple comment that meant no harm, I know when you are critical of that yourself, if it is something that you're already feeling that it's a weakness for you, or you always think about and you always think, oh my God, I'm not good enough on this, I'm not, when people comment about that, you already feel small about it, and then you feel offended. So that is why you must always be aware of the things that you are critical about, and so that when people comment about it, or when people say something, or they pass judgment, if that's what you feel they're doing, that it doesn't bother you so much, because you already know this, right? You already know this. You would have already dealt with it and said, why do I feel like this about myself? And you work towards that. So when it comes from other people, you already have done that work within yourself, because you know that on this particular thing, I'm not confident. So when somebody brings it up, you already know, oh, is that thing that I know that that I'm still working on, so it's easier to deal with that because you already know about it. It's something that you feel inadequate about, and you are already doing work towards overcoming that thing as well. So it's easier to then deal with it when it comes from other people. The second thing is that know that judgment is unavoidable. I've realized that in life, we always like to say what we think, to say our say, towards people, whether they ask for it or they don't. We do that. We share our opinions about something, and it may come through as judgment, or sometimes we're actually being judged, or we are also judging other people ourselves. So it is unavoidable. It is part of our lives. When you look at somebody, you already have your first impression about it. You're already passing judgment. When people look at you, what you're doing, how you're dressing, what you say, how you say it, where you go, what you do, they're already passing judgment because they're already forming their own biases, their own opinions about you and whatever that you're doing. So it is unavoidable. It's just that other people go the extra mile to actually even tell you what they think about it. Not everybody does it, but there are some people who have the audacity to open their mouth and actually tell you what they think about that particular thing, and then it may come to us as judgment, and we may be offended about it, and it may not make us feel good. So just know that it's unavoidable. It will come, and it's not nice, I know, because sometimes you feel so confident about something and somebody just comes and passes this ridiculous judgment on you, and you are not waiting for it, and you don't know how to deal with it, and it makes you feel miserable. Some people can just even ruin your day or your week or your month just by that one judgment. So know that it's unavoidable, and take some of the things with a pinch of salt, and sometimes also just look at what they're saying and see whether there is substance to it or not. If you feel there's no substance, let it go. If you feel there is substance, then do something about it. The third thing is that remember that everyone is preoccupied. I know that most or sometimes you'll be busy with your life, and you think that people are watching you. You feel like people have opinions about what you're doing. I'll give an example about when you're running on the street, you always think everybody's looking at you. I know when I started walking, doing my walks, when I started jogging years back, I always felt like people were looking at me. And sometimes, yes, people are looking at you for that particular time, but in most cases, people are just preoccupied with their own lives. They look at you for a moment, and then they get on with their lives, or they may say something and then they move on with their lives. And when you get stuck for days, weeks, months, even years sometimes, stuck with that thinking that people are still thinking about you, and then you close yourself up, you stop the things that you want to do because of this judgment that you think people have against you. When people are looking at you, you draw your own conclusions of why they are looking at you. Sometimes it's even worse. People could be talking and you think they're talking about you, they're passing judgment on you. That goes back to that inner critic. You may be criticizing yourself. You may not be feeling comfortable with how you're dressed, or how you look, or how you are saying, or what you are saying. And you may think that when people are talking, they're talking about you, or they're judging you. Can't they know they're busy with their own things, they're preoccupied with their own lives, and it's not necessarily about you. The conversations that they're having, they are not about you. So people are preoccupied with their own lives, just as much as you are preoccupied with your life. You're working towards improving yourself, you're working towards reaching your goals, you're working towards taking care of your family, you're improving your life. Everyone is just preoccupied with that. I don't think there's anybody who has time to 24 hours be thinking about Buitumelo, in how to judge them, what they're dressed, what they're doing. I don't think there's anybody who has that much time on their hands, because if they do that, then what is happening with their lives, So the fourth one, which is the last thing that I'm going to share, is stop chasing approval from others. It doesn't matter what people think about you. I know when we're looking for a job, you want to impress your next employer. These days, even on social media, we can't just be ourselves, because apparently when the hiring companies, when they're looking for people, they even check your behavior on social media. But the bottom line is that when you're working towards achieving your goals or just living your life, You will have 5 people having different opinions about one thing. Imagine if you had to go listening to people, you will be confused. You will end up not doing anything. You'll end up not achieving anything, because when you want people to approve, what if you go to all your friends and none of your friends approve of the thing that you want to do, and it is this something that is deep within your heart? It's like, I really need to do this, but no one agrees with it. Nobody is supporting you on doing that. But because you want the approval, you don't do anything. And if we do that, we'll end up not achieving anything, because some of these dreams that we have, some of these goals that we have, they are ours. The passion comes from inside, from ours, and most of the time, other people don't share the same passion. We don't share the same passion. You may not share the same passion with your friends. That is why we have got different careers. That is why we may be involved with different hobbies. We may have different groups of friends who are involved in different things, because we don't all like the same things. We are all not engaged with the same things. So if we want approval from other people who are different from you, who don't believe the same things that you believe, who don't love the same things that you love, you will never achieve anything in life. Will never achieve anything in life. The most important thing is, do you approve of this thing? Is it the right thing to do for you? Is it aligned with your values? And will it make you happy, or does it make you happy? And that is the most important thing, because we'll never satisfy everyone. Will never satisfy everyone. It is important to satisfy yourself, because this is your life. It's your one life that you are given by God to fulfill whatever that He brought you on earth to fulfill. So if you are going to be wanting approval all over the place from your friends, from your family, you will never achieve anything, because they don't believe the same things that you do. They don't agree with what you want to do. So just follow your heart, follow your dreams. Thank you so much, guys. That's all I just wanted to share today. And if you're still here, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you on the next one.